Hello, friends. Welcome. Glad you could join us. We are going to give this outside yoga another try. So, last time we had some really loud birds. So, we'll see what outside has to throw at us this time. All right, because we are flexible and resilient and perseverant. All right, even if we can't see it. All right, so tonight, let's start with we're going to do 6 directions of the spine and work on some alignment. So I'm going to start you out with our mudra, with one of them. I'm going to give you two tonight because it's Monday. Why not? We need two. So what we're going to do is arms kind of out in front, tuck the elbows in, curl the fingers in, thumbs come up. So that is side view, front view. There we go. All right, let me read this to you. So this is Marudana Mudra, gesture of the spine. Core quality is alignment. So, aligned with the central axis of my being, I live with complete integrity. And this is especially helpful for aligning with our earth sky axis of energy, supporting alignment in the spine, creating optimal space for the functioning of all organs and systems, integrating material and spiritual aspects of our being, cultivating an ideal balance of vitality and grounding. So, that's it in a nutshell. And let's get started and get moving. All right, so we're going to start standing up if you aren't already. And my boards make a little noise, so that's okay. But let's start with just coming into a standing posture here. So you can start with one board, not two. Be a little easier. So big toes touching, heels are a couple inches apart. Feet can be hip width distance apart or wider, whatever works for you tonight or today. So I'm going to go about here, and we are outside, so we'll have lots of great noises. And let's see, what else do we want to do? Maybe cover that up with something we're going to do. All right. Hip points together, back heart alignment, so the shoulders soften, bottom of the shoulder blades come towards each other like you're pinching them together. And what else do we want? The high leg bone going back and up. Beautiful. And then last one, palms forward or towards each other. Whatever feels good for that shoulder rotation. And let's just take a breath or two here. Noticing maybe where we're holding on to tension. Being up for an adventure, being outside tonight. And just take a couple more breaths. Excellent. All right. So when you're ready, let's come to movement. So what is that going to look like tonight? So let's start with our cat and cow. And we're going to start with bending the knees. Hands come to the front of the thighs, and we're going to tuck the chin around the shoulders forward. So this is our cat. This is our exhale pose. On an inhale, we're going to round up, looking up. Beautiful blue sky. Exhale, bring it back down to cat. Inhale, rounding up, looking up to cow. So we're just going to keep this moving as a little bit of a slow flow tonight. Inhale, open, look up. Exhale, back. Excellent. And then let's come to our Samastiti, our same mountain pose. And just take a moment here before we move the neck. So we're going to go one movement, next, back and forth, and kind of a little out of order maybe. That's okay. That helps build the neurons in the brain. So and discourages muscle memories. We're not doing the same thing right after each thing each time. So let's move the neck now. So we're going to do that same movement. Exhale, bring the chin down towards the chest. Inhale, looking up. So it's an extension. Down, exhale, inhale, up, looking up. Exhale, bring all the way back down. Inhale, looking up. Exhale, down. Beautiful. Inhale, up. Now we have sirens. Exhale, down. Inhale, up. Beautiful. Exhale, all the way down. And then we're going to inhale just back to center. All right, ready for another direction of the spine. So I'm going to go a little wider with the feet for my lateral here. And we're going to go two options here. You can do what I'm doing, or you can mirror what I'm doing. So the mirror would be, that would be your left arm coming up. For me, it's my right arm. If you want to do the same as me, then you're bringing your right arm up. So I'll say side one and side two. So we'll start with the first side, second side. That's our inhale, bring that right arm up, or left arm, exhale down. Inhale, second side. Exhale, bring back. Beautiful. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. So we'll keep that going. Keeping that movement smooth and slow. Using the breath to match the movement. We're opening up in that lower rib cage. All right, so we'll do the second side one last time. And then we're going to add another breath here. So we're going to inhale up, exhale over. This second side, the arm can be on the hip or down by your side. Inhale, bring it up, exhale, release. Second side, inhale up, exhale over, inhale up, exhale down. So let's do a couple rounds of this. And then one more time each side, inhale up, exhale over, inhale up, exhale down. Last time on the last side, inhale up, exhale over, inhale up, exhale, release. Excellent. Now we're going to do our laterals with the neck. So inhale, on the exhale, first side, ear to shoulder. Inhale, center. Exhale, second side, ear to shoulder. Inhale, center. Exhale, first side. Making space on that other side. Inhale, center. Exhale, second side. Inhale, center. Exhale, first side. Inhale, center. Exhale, second side. And just one more time each side. Inhale, center. Exhale, first side. If you want, you can bring this arm out and over, resting that hand on the opposite side of the head, making space between that ear and shoulder. And we'll take a breath here. And then inhale to release. Exhale, arm comes down. Going to the other side. Exhale. Second side, ear to shoulder, and that arm comes up and over, making space between that ear and shoulder. And then when you're ready, inhale and exhale. Beautiful. All right, let's do a little shoulder roll here. Inhale, shoulders come up. Exhale, down and back. Inhale. Exhale. A couple times on your own. And then when you're ready, let's reverse direction. Inhale back and up. Exhale down and forward. Very nice. And a couple more either direction, or if you prefer neutral, inhale, just straight up and down. Beautiful. All right, so let's come into our last two directions of the spine. So for cat and cow, my feet are closer in, a little bit wider for a lateral, and then I go even wider for the twist. So with the twist tonight, you can decide how high up you want your arms. So they can be down like this, they can be up like this. I don't know if I'd go up that high, but somewhere in that range, whatever works for you. All right, so we're gonna start with an inhale, lifting up, lengthening. On the exhale, going to the first side. Inhale, center. Exhale to the second side. Inhale, center. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. We don't want to go too deep. If you're feeling it in your knees, then you're going a little bit too far. Unless your knees always feel everything, and then go at your own tolerance here. Excellent. And then finishing up the center, release the arms. And we're going to come in, we'll do the neck, and then we'll come back to our cat and cow. So let's go with our inhale. And we're going to use the gaze here. So we're going to inhale. With the gaze, we're going to look straight ahead. And on the exhale, we're going to bring the gaze around towards the first side. Inhale, bring it back. Exhale, second side. Inhale, back to center. So the shoulders stay where they are. We're just moving the head on the neck. All right, let's do a couple more rounds. Inhale. Exhale, first side. Inhale, center. Exhale, second side. Inhale, center. Exhale. And excellent. And then finishing last time on the second side. Back to center. Beautiful. All right, so let's come to our cat and cow. And like I said, I like to bring my feet in a little bit on my cat and cow. You're welcome to leave them out wider or somewhere in between. All right, let's start with the exhale. So we're going to bend the knees. Hands come to the thighs, tuck the chin. Inhale, we're going to round up, looking up. Exhale, bring it back. Inhale, rounding up, looking up. Exhale, bring it back. Inhale. And exhale. You might notice when you're starting to feel back to symmetrical in the spine, and you might not, and that's okay. Something to notice. And then coming back to center. All right, so let's come into our first movement here. Our big first pose is going to be our warrior one. I'm going to start right here. Turn my left foot out, step my right foot forward. You can do the opposite, that's fine, as long as you do both sides even. All right, so let's start with just warming up the knee. Our hip direction is kind of towards that front left corner of the mat if you have your right foot in front. So it's not a hard push here. I don't know if you could see, you probably couldn't see. When I do that, my knee pops out to the side. So there can be too much of a twist in that. So let's go just to that edge where it feels comfortable. All right, knee. So in, exhale, bend the knee. Inhale, straight. Exhale, bend. Inhale, straight. I'll let you do a couple on your own, noticing And it feels nice and lubricated, if it does. Excellent. And then when you're ready, we'll bend that knee again, push off, and step it back. Excellent. All right, let's go to the other side. So we're going to turn that right foot out, step that left foot forward, or vice versa. And then same idea here. So we're aiming towards that front right corner, so the opposite of whatever foot, opposite corner. So we're going to want to get that torque in there. All right, warm up this knee. So inhale here, exhale, bend the knee, inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend, inhale, straighten. Excellent. Noticing when it feels a little bit smoother in there. And then we'll bend that knee, push off, and step it back. Excellent. All right, so now we want to add the arms. And what was our topic tonight? Kind of alignment. So we want to use the arms in a way that's going to give us the best alignment for that. So we're looking at extension here in this pose. So whatever is going to help us with this extension. All right, if that doesn't work for your shoulder, always welcome to bring your hands to the heart or up into cactus arms. So there's always an option for any of this. So turn the left foot out, step the right foot forward or vice versa. Torso's about like that, whatever's comfortable. And let's do the arms. So we're going to start with an inhale. We're going to bend that front knee as the arms come up. So feel that length. Exhale, bring it back. Let's do a couple rounds of that. Inhale and exhale. Beautiful. And then bend that front knee, push off, and step it back. And let's do the other side. Turn that right foot out, step this left foot forward. And let's go from here. All right, so we're going to inhale, arms come up, bend that knee, exhale, bring it back. Very nice. And maybe one more. Excellent. Bend that front knee, push off, and step it back. All right, so let's come back to that mountain pose, Tadasana, whatever you like to call it. Samastiti, same. And just notice. Notice where we're feeling anything. Feet, back, shoulders, hips, wherever it is, just take a couple breaths just to notice. And if you want even, you can bring your mudra back in. And maybe find that back heart alignment. The tops of the shoulders soften, shoulder blades come in and in towards the heart. Excellent. And release. All right, so some more movement and alignment. All right, so let's look at our warrior 2 here. So I'm going to come up to the top of the mat and lift this right knee up and step that right foot back. Actually, I'm going to flip around. Okay, so my back entirely towards you. All right, so this torso is going to face the same direction as this back foot. Hands together at the heart, arms open to the side, and that knee over that ankle. So first side, softening the shoulders away from the ears. Just take a moment to notice if you have some sore gardening muscles or golfing in the back or the arms or somewhere. Something might be going on there. Just take a moment to notice. And then let's move back and forth through Peaceful Warrior and Side Angle Pose. So we want to lift up the torso, right? And then, so we're extending it, and then we're also getting a little bit of a twist in here. So let's start with this forearm down on that front leg, and this backhand can come to hip to send that shoulder back. See, got that turn. And then if comfortable, you can bring that arm up towards the sky, or leave it on the hip, or maybe it likes to come overhead. You find what works for you. And then we're going to windmill around, come to Peaceful Warrior. So backhand on that back leg. This front arm comes up towards the sky. And then side angle pose. And just breathe here. Feel that extension and a bit of a twist. And then back to Peaceful Warrior. Extending. And let's go one more time through. Side angle pose. And Peaceful Warrior. Let's bring it back down to Warrior 2. Faces over those front fingers, softening the shoulders away from the ears. Extend out through the fingers. Push feet away from each other. And then we'll drop the hands and step back. All right. Coming to the other side. So I'm just going to step this foot forward since I'm at the back. All right, so I had my left foot forward first, and I have my right foot. Whichever one you do the opposite. Okay, bending that front knee over that front ankle. Torso's facing the same direction as that back foot. Hands at the heart, arms open to the sides. Extending out through the fingers. Gazes over those right fingers. And then this is the cue that I need, softening the shoulders away from your ears. Such a difference. All right, let's take a breath or two here. And notice each side is going to be different. We have habits in our daily lives that affect our bodies. And when we come into yoga, you might notice what we're doing. Okay, so let's go forward first with our side angle pose. And again, taking this hand on the hips, send that shoulder back. Very nice. And then if you want, you can bring that arm up or overhead. I like mine here. But you can pick whichever works best for you. And then we're going to come to Peaceful Warrior. So winding all the way around. Peaceful Warrior. Opposite arm comes up. Gaze can come up or stay at the horizon. And then let's come back to side angle pose. Again, arm can be wherever comfortable. And then Peaceful Warrior. And one more side angle pose. Last Peaceful Warrior. Let's find our way back to Warrior 2. Extending out through the fingers, softening the shoulders. And release the arms and step the feet back together. All right. So what I want to do is a lot of balance, but this wood's a little tricky. and it makes a lot of noise. So we're going to do just a little bit of balance, not all of the balance. All right. But because we're outside in front of this beautiful tree, we're going to do a tree pose. You can't see how tall it is. All right. Oops, sorry. Didn't mean to smirk. Okay, so let's start with this right foot grounding into the earth. Second foot, heel above the ankle. All right, and then start with the hands of the heart. And this can be your tree pose. This is our start point. Checking in with that hip, the strong one with the foot that's on the floor, the open one with the foot that's not all the way on the floor. From here, you've got a couple options. You can stay right here, or if you'd like, you can grow your branches. That foot can come up higher on that leg. I'm on a bit of a wobbly board, on wobbly cobblestones, so I'm gonna stay right where I am. You can also grab a chair if that's handy. And then whenever you're ready, coming up nice and graceful. Excellent. Shake the legs out if you like. And then let's do the other side. Second side, foot into the earth, heel above the ankle on the other foot. Start with the hands of the heart. And this can be a pose right here. Check in with this hip. And when you're ready, if you want, you can grow branches. And then whenever you're ready, coming out nice and graceful. Beautiful. All right. To celebrate our crow from last class, it was a little loud, I'm not going to lie. All right. We're going to do an eagle pose. I know an eagle isn't a crow, but this crow is loud. All right. So let's do a couple of options here. So I'll give you the 3 leg options and the 3 arm options. So starting with the arms, crossing the arms, hands on the shoulders, that's option 1. Option 2 is elephant trunk, so the forearms and the hands and the elbows are all together. And then the third option is when you wind them all the way around, palms come sort of close together, and unwind to it. I'll go slower this time. Right? It's under, wraps around, wraps. Okay, how about that? So those are 3 options for the arms. For the legs, you can bend that first leg, cross this other one, foot on the floor. Second option, and I'll probably be doing this, is cross that foot and bring it onto the block. That's option 2. Option 3, do this on the board here. Cross, around, and behind. And then you've got the arms. Okay, so those are your 3 options. I'm going to do cross the arms and use the block. Okay, let's see how we do on the balance boards here. All right, so we're going to start with, if you're using a block, if you have one, it's going to start on the outside of that left foot. Arms out in our eagle wingspan. We're going to bring this right arm under the left, wrap it around, bend the knees, cross this right leg over the left, and rest that foot on the block. Okay, so let's take 3 breaths here. We're going to move the arms. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale. Inhale, coming up. Exhale down. And one more. Inhale, come up. We're going to exhale and we're going to fold forward. I don't know if you've done this with me before or not. So we're going to fold forward and then inhale back to center. Exhale, arms and wide. Excellent. All right. The second side, we're going to do a back bend. So if you're uncomfortable doing the back bend, you can fold forward or you can just stay where you are. All right, arms come out in that beautiful wide wingspan. And left arm comes under the right this time. Bend the knees, and that left leg comes over the right, and rest your foot on the block if you have, or on the floor, or cross it all the way. Okay, 3 breaths. Here we go. Inhale. Exhale down. Inhale, coming up. Exhale down. And one more. Inhale up. We're going to stay up and go into the back. Exhale. Bring back. Not too far. And unwind and uncross. There you go. Beautiful. So you can see that yoga is a practice. It's not perfect. And just keep practicing. All right. And not to make it perfect, but just to keep it as a practice. So we did, all right, so let's do our warrior 3, and then we'll make our way down to some more movement. Okay, so for our warrior 3, okay. So if you don't have blocks, that's okay, you can use a chair. Same idea, you've got your arms on the chair and your leg comes up. Or if you don't need either, arms come out, leg comes up, back, forward, any of those directions. So 3 options, minimum, no props, chair, blocks. All right, got that? Good, here we go. So we're gonna start torso distance back from the prop if we're using one, and we're going to fold forward. Hands come to the chair or the block, or out in front, out to the side or behind. And then I'm going to bring my first side towards the center line. Send those back toes back behind me of the second side. All right, so we're extending here, extending out through the crown of the head. And when you're ready, we're going to lift this leg that's up towards the horizon. So we're pushing back with that heel, forward with the crown of the head. Take a breath or 2 here. And then bring that foot down. Send the second side back. Extend forward with the crown of the head. And then when you're ready, lift that back leg, pushing back with the heel, forward with the crown of the head. Take a breath or 2 here. And then when you're ready, set that foot down. We're going to bend the knees, and the arms out, and all the way up. And excellent. All right. So now I think we didn't get any half sun salutations in yet. It's nighttime. We don't want to get too heated up here for this class, but if you are doing this during the day, you can get a little bit more heated up. All right, if you want to. So let's do a nice, slow half sun salutation. I'll do just a couple of them. All right, so we'll start with the hands at the heart. We're going to inhale, hands come down. Inhale, and bend your knees, arms come out. Push in with the feet all the way up, palms together. Exhale, hands to heart. Again, inhale and exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Palms together, hands to heart. Let's do that one more time. Nice and slow. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale. Bring it all the way up, palms together. Exhale, hands to heart. Excellent. All right. Let's come into some lunge practice, and then we will continue with more 6 directions of the spine. All right, but let's do our lunge first, and then we'll do it. So if you have knee issues or you're outside on plywood, you might want a blanket for your knees. So we're going to come down to all 4s. And if you have blocks, that's great. If you don't, you can just use the floor. or a chair. You can get a chair, hands on the chair. Okay. I didn't bring my chair out. Sorry about that. All right, so the first thing we want to do is get one of our legs up front here by the blocks. So I'm going to go my right side first. So I moved both blocks over to the left so I could swing this right leg out, or it can come forward like that. So you find your way to have that one of your feet out front. And let's see, what do we want to do with this? So we're going to start by bringing the hips down towards the floor. Nice stretch in the front of the hip. Excellent. And then back to center. And let's come up to the next level. Hands on that leg. And the next level after that is arms up towards the sky. And you can stay at any of those levels. When you're ready, we'll come back down. And down one more. And bring that first side back. Second side comes up. So if you need to swing it around and then bring it up. All right. So let's do that same thing. So we're going to start by bringing the pelvis down towards the floor. Feel that nice stretch. That lengthening. And bring it back. And again, you can see right here, or if you're ready, bring your hands up to that leg. And arms can come up if you'd like, or they can stay where you are. And then when you're ready, hands come back down, all the way down. And then let's come down to our hands and knees. All right, so let's find our 6 directions here. So we're going to start with the first one, which is our cat and cow. We're going to exhale, bring the shoulder blades up towards the sky. Our exhale. On the inhale, we're going to reverse that curve, look towards the horizon. Exhale. Cat. Inhale. Cat. Exhale. Cat. Inhale. All right, so we're going to make this into a little bit of a flow here. So we're going to start with a exhale. And exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. And then on the exhale, cat down to child's pose. Or if you prefer to stay in puppy, you can bring your head down, keep your hips up. Inhale, back to cow. Exhale, cat to child's or puppy. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale. And exhale. Take a pause here in puppy or child's pose. Knees can come out wide. Resting your forehead on the floor or your hands. Excellent. And coming back up. All right, let's do our second directions. Our second 2 are lateral. So we'll start with first hand stays where it is, and let's bring the second hand over towards it, in front of it, past it, wherever you like, and then turning and looking at that side foot. So I have my left hand, my left foot. And let's do a nice breath into that lower right rib cage for the opposite side. And then we'll cut first hand back and bring the second side over. And then I'm trying to look at that foot. And let's get that wrapped into that rib cage. And bringing the back. And let's do that cat-cow downward facing dog. All right, so we're gonna go inhale. Sorry, we're gonna start with an exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Curl the toes. Exhale, curl the toes. Downward facing dog. Down to the knees. Inhale, cow. Curl the toes. Downward facing dog. Exhale. Back down to the knees. Inhale, cow. And then from here, and bring this right foot out to the side. Left hand stays down. Arm up. And you can look up with that right thumb or down with that left thumb, whatever feels okay for your neck. Bring that right hand down, tuck that right knee under, and let's go to the other side. Left foot comes out, barely on the board there. And then bring this left arm up. Put that left thumb or down at that right thumb, whatever feels right for your neck. Beautiful. And then bring the hands down, tuck the knee in. And then we're going to come up to a high beach pose. So if you have a block and you need it to switch legs, you can do that. Angle here. So we'll start with this left leg out. Have any splinters? All right. Left hand can come onto that left hip or down that left leg. I'm going to inhale, bring this right arm up. Exhale over towards that leg. Very nice. Inhale, bring it up. Exhale, release. If you have a block and you need it to switch legs, you can do that. Bring that other foot out, side. That hand can be on that hip or down the leg. Inhale, this other arm. Exhale, over towards this leg. Inhale, bring it up. Exhale, release. And let's tuck that knee under. Right, let's come back down to hands and knees. And we're going to come into our cat and cow again. So exhale, cat. Inhale, cat. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cat. Exhale, cat. Inhale. Beautiful. And then let's come on and sit down on one side or the other. All right, so if you want, you can sit up on something or flat on your mat is fine as well. So we're getting almost all of our directions. So now we just need our seated and then laying down for our 6 directions. So let's do seated. All right, here we go. So we're going to start with cat and cow. Who knew, right? You did, because we're doing 6 directions. All right. So let's start with our exhale. We're going to round back. That's our exhale. Inhale, rounding up, looking up. That's our cow. Exhale, cow. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Sorry, cat, right? Yep, okay. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Easily distracted outside. All right, back to center. And let's do our laterals here. So if you have them, if you don't, that's okay. If you have them, see when I'm sitting on the floor like this, I kind of, when I have blocks, I kind of force myself to get a little taller there. All right, so that's why I like them when I do the laterals here. If you don't want them, don't need them. Totally fine. So first side, hand on the block or on the floor. Inhale this other arm up. Exhale, bring back. Inhale, second side. Exhale, bring back. You got the idea. I'm just going straight up for a couple. Feel that length in that side body. And so you're pushing in with that opposite arm to keep the knees from popping up. And let's add a breath here. We're going to inhale up. Exhale over. Inhale up. Exhale down. All right, I've lost some internet there. Inhale up. Exhale over. We're just going to keep going. Inhale. Exhale down. So you can catch up with me. Inhale up. Exhale over. Inhale up. Exhale release. Last time, last side. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale to release. Beautiful. Let's do cat and cow again. Come back to symmetrical before we do our twist because we can. Why not? All right. Exhale. Cat. Inhale. Cow. Exhale. Cat. Inhale. All right. So if you have been sitting like this for a while and you want to switch which legs in front, you're welcome to do that. Or if you have one side that you just prefer, I get it. Totally cool. All right, inhale, lifting up on the exhale. First side. Inhale, center. Exhale, second. Inhale, first. Back to center. Sorry. Inhale, first. Inhale, center. Exhale. I got you messed up. Inhale, center. Exhale into the twist. Inhale, back to center. And last time, left side. Excellent. And you guessed it, cat and cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Excellent. And then come back to center. And let's come down onto the flat of the back. All right, so I'm just going to shift here a little bit so that I'm going this way, which is totally fine. You can stay where you are. This way. Excellent. All right, so coming down onto the back. Oh, beautiful. So let's start with our Apanasana. Hands can be on the knees or at the base where the hips meet the thighs. Slide up and down with the inhale or stay on the knees. Exhale, knees in. Inhale, release. That's a bit of a hill. All right, here we go. Exhale and inhale. Much better. Exhale and inhale. The other thing you could do is bring the knees out wider, giving your lower back a little bit more room. Excellent. So this is kind of like a mini cat and cow. All right, so we're all going to meet with the exhale. On the inhale, legs come up, arms come up overhead. Exhale, bend the knees, hands to knees. Inhale, L. Exhale, O. One more. Inhale. And beautiful. A couple more Apanasanas. Excellent. And let's bring feet down to the mat. And we're going to extend both legs all the way straight out. And we're going to move just the arms. We're going to inhale, lift the arms. Exhale, arms come back down by ourselves. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, arms come back down. Inhale. And inhale. And beautiful. All right, let's move just the hands. So we're going to do palm flips here. So we're going to inhale, open the palm up towards the sky. Exhale, bring it back down to the ground. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. Inhale. And beautiful. Release the hands. Palms can face up or down, whatever's comfortable. Maybe take a moment and check the shoulder blades. See if they feel okay where they are. Release the legs away from each other. Let the feet fall away from each other. If you have a chair and you want to bring your legs up on the chair, you're welcome to do that. If you're outside and you think it's going to get chilly, you want to put a blanket on, go for it, or a blanket under your head. Whatever you need to get comfortable for your relaxation pose, make it happen. And we're just going to do a gentle full body relaxation, walking up the body, relaxing each part as we go, starting with the feet. Relax the toes, relax the tops of the feet, the soles of the feet, and the heels. Release the ankles, relax the calves and shins. Release the knees and the space behind the knees. Relax the top of the thighs and the back of the thighs. Let the pelvis be heavy and sink into the earth. Relax the abdomen. Release the rib cage and let go of breath. Relax the spine from the tip of the tailbone all the way up into the skull. Let the shoulders be heavy and sink into the earth. Relax the upper arm, elbows, and lower arms. Release the wrists. Relax the hands, fingers, and palms. Relax the throat and the back of the neck. Release the jaw. Let the eyes be heavy and fall to the back of the head. Smooth the forehead and face. Let any last thoughts sweep out the top and the crown of the head. Let the earth's gravity hold you. Let the air around you breathe you. Take the next few moments and just be. You're welcome to stay here as long as you need. But when you're ready, bringing your awareness back into the body, bringing your awareness back into the room. And when you're ready, and with an inhale, rolling over onto your right or left side. Use your arm as a pillow. Take a few moments here to let any tension that has not been released, just let it release into the earth. Using the upper hand to push up to a comfortable seated position when you're ready. And I have another mudra for you, special treat, 2-in-1 class. Oh my God. Okay, it's the Adhi mudra. It's the gesture of primordial stillness. The core quality of this one is stillness. So, tuck the thumbs into the palms, wrap the fingers around. That's your mudra. There you go. Like a statue, softly breathing, I rest in the perfect stillness of my being. All right, let's see what this puppy's good for. Connecting with the stillness of our essential being, supporting the strength and destiny of the bones. Sorry, density. Maybe that's their destiny. It's too dark out here, I can't see. Instilling a sense of grounding, supporting the treatment of anxiety, facilitating seated meditation. Okay, so you can rest the hands on the thighs or knees with the palms facing down. And then relax the shoulders back and down with the spine naturally aligned, which means keeping those curves in there. So release that if you're holding it, palms together, hands to the heart. I wish you a beautiful rest of your day, evening, morning, whatever it is when you get to watch this. And I thank you for coming and visiting and doing the practice with me. Have a wonderful time. Namaste.